So, Asta, I think if I want to categorize you as well, like people would call this generation as Gen Z.
Right.
So, there is a perception towards this particular generation that they can't work efficiently and they are not capable of being intern also. Like, what is your take on that?
Um, I can be called biased, but the fact that I belong to this generation, I would defend that. I feel like this generation is, faster than any other previous generation. I mean, the kind of exposure, the kind of opportunities that we've been given, and the kind of competition that runs in the market. The kids are so clear. At the age of 18, in fact, they know what they want to become, they know where they want to work, and they know what they want to achieve. So I feel like efficiency can differ from person to person, but when you talk about willingness, I feel like this generation is so much more ahead than all the millennials and the Gen X people I've seen.
Okay, but
And
do you
also,
also feel the efficiency or the kind of output this generation is giving is better than others?
I feel like that depends on the intent of the person.
Okay.
Like, when I look at my parents, I feel like there are so many limitations that millennials put on themselves.
Mhm.
So I feel like in the contrast, when you look at Gen Zs, they do not have any kind of limitation on what they can do. So if you talk about efficiency, I feel like if you're doing the kind of work that you like, and the kind of opportunities you're pursuing are something that you've dreamt of, I feel like efficiency should not be affected. But on the contrary, if you're put in a situation where you don't like the kind of work you're doing, or if you're doing it out of your peer pressure or out of pressure from family, then yeah, it can. But I feel like categorizing Gen Zs as whole as inefficient is wrong.
Of course, Asta, there is always a set of people who will be very talented,
Right.
then average, and then below average. I mean, my personal opinion is creativity and the talent is not with the generations,
Right.
but the kind of mindset people have and the goals and the vision that they particularly have for their life.
Yeah, and to add upon it, I feel like there is talent in every generation, but there is a lot of ready opportunity for Gen Zs, right? If you look at your career or the start of your career, you would have struggled a lot to come where you are today. But for us, it's all served in a plate.
Mhm.
So I feel like when you talk about efficiency, one of the reasons why efficiency could go down is because everything is ready.
Everything is over expected, is it?
No, because everything is served in a plate to us.
No, because why I'm telling, like lot of employees that I've encountered also, even in my friend circles, like when they tell me, like their employees also react to that way, like you're over expecting from us, like our generation is different.
I agree with you, Tushar, but I also feel like this is about the communication that an employer and an intern should have when they are in the process of interview. The expectations of an employer from an interview could differ from what the intern has from the opportunity that he's been given. Now, a lot of times, what I've seen is, and which I call a red flag, is that an intern is promised a certain kind of job description, like a role, and he's put in a certain department.
Mhm.
But when he starts interning with the organization, he's made to do something altogether different. It could be a different department, or he could be, asked to do the monotonous daily clerical kind of work that nobody else is, has taken up in the organization. So I feel like this is also an outcome of an expectation mismanagement.
Mhm.
When there is unclear communication between the employer and the intern as to how much work he's expected to do, what kind of work he's expected to do, what are his working hours. So I feel like the Gen Zs are also not wrong in this situation, nor is the employer. There is just a communication gap between